Yo, what's up, Jamie Fitness Warriors? Today I'm coming at you with how to correct the deadlift. This is Lee, this is the man, this is the man who's going to show you how to do it. Alright Lee, jump onto the bar. This is literally raw. He's never had any pre-existing training with us or according to our movement principles. He's never learned them, so this is going to be a raw for you guys in real time, ready to watch. Alright, so using this as an assessment tool, taking notes. Okay, so to the naked eye, not too bad. A few movement problems. The biggest one, or the two biggest movement problems, were he didn't have a bracing sequence at the top, or he didn't have a setup principle, right? So whether you're hitting a tennis ball, hitting a cricket ball, or whatever, you generally have the same movement pattern. You develop a movement pattern or a setup principle. It's the same for a sprinter. It's everything. So the way you walk the line, set up, same thing for the same outcome. All right, so this is the same as the deadlift, and the way I like to equate it is if you were in a race with a car, you're racing your car, you wouldn't fine-tune the mechanics during the race. You'd do that pre or before the race, right? And then you'd race, same thing. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on a setup principle, okay? And this is gonna show you or detail it to you guys quickly how we move in our core basic setup principles. For all movements, no matter what they are, these will apply. Right, so walk up to the bar. So we'll direct this to the deadlift, obviously. Okay, so first things first, feet parallel. Now in other movies I've explained why. The biggest reason is to create necessary hip torque or necessary tension at the hip joint, which supports the glutes, engages the glutes. If you don't have that ability to create torque and you don't have your feet parallel, what's going to happen is you're going to lose the ability to create that hip torque and you're going to revert into that default localized hyperextension of the lower back, which is just a broken movement position, and that's where a lot of pathologies come from lower back. It's not engaging the glutes and arching the lower back, right? All right, so the first things first, parallel feet. Second thing, feel like you're in the middle of the foot, right? Don't sit in the heel. When you sit in the heel, you articulate the hip in the wrong position. You dump the pelvis forward and you go into that lower back hyperextension again, right? So the middle of the foot. And I challenge this to guys, jump as high as you can. You don't jump from the heel or from the toe. You jump from the middle. Plus you have a better mass centering ability as well. Okay, so the next thing is butt tight, then lock the rib cage in. So the rib cage and the pelvis are neutral, they're not broken, all right? So these have to be neutral. Now you can notice, or you'll notice on young Lee, he's got a very tight thoracic spine, and that's what pulls his head forward. So because I've brought him into neutral, he's now showing up that tight thoracic. So what we have to focus on, a lot of mobility, but what we have to focus on for now is driving the chin back to try to get some local extension through the thoracic. And yes, the thoracic works or deals a lot better with flexion like this, in this position, but we want to optimize that to get it neutral, okay? So chin up, belly butt tight. Now because he's quite tight at the shoulders and he's very, very used to using the musculature of his traps for shoulder support, we're going to bring his hands up and we're going to create external rotation, so driving the shoulder in but not faulting here. So I want you to try to screw your shoulder in, and you can see how just there, all he did is he traded this dysfunction or the tightness here but down here. So he arched the back to try to set those shoulders. So belly butt tight, keep that stiff, drop the ribs more, and now try to set the shoulder without moving here. Drop it down a little bit, good. Into that externally rotated position. From there, we're going to express full range of hip. So tighten up those hips, tighten up those hips. So come down, through the hip, chin, good, pause. Now if at any time you feel these QL muscles or these backstrap muscles get really, really tight, generally the pelvis is fighting to stay in that position or the lower back wants to move. So the first thing I'm going to cue him to do is to get back into the middle of the foot, feel your big toe into the ground. That's going to take some of the tension off here and approximate and turn the glutes on better. Drive the knees out. So drive the knees out, good. Now from there we squat through the knees. So the movement, mechanical movement order goes, drive the hips, then knees. Knees and hips, okay? Unanimous, whether it's a lunge, squat, deadlift, whatever. Okay, from there, he's going to get stiff on the bar. So he's going to pull the shoulders in tight. He's going to keep this position. Come forward, chin tight. Now this is where it gets tricky. What you're trying to do is you're trying to retension after this position, retension the hamstrings without the passive drag of that hamstring pulling the pelvis under and grounding the lower back, placing shearing tension here. That's not what you want. So you want to lock the belly in tight, butt tight, drive the knees into the elbows, and then retension the hamstrings. goal with this, with my guys, is to have the bar under the scapula, keeping the bar moving in a plumb line as it comes up, driving the knees out, and keeping the shins, or the middle of the knee, neutral, so just the navicular drop, or the middle of the, sorry, the navicular bone, or the middle of the foot, okay? Or just in front of the laces. So when you're down in this position, the knee wants to be neutral with where you do your laces up, and just in front of it. Okay, from there, keeping maximal stiffness. He's a little tiny bit rounded, so normally that would disqualify him from doing this lift, but I'll get him to pull anyway. Pull, driving the knees back, following through with the hamstrings. Biggest problem with people who are hyperlordotic or have that hyperextension is they look like they're in a good position, finish broken. And all you're doing there is like a pestle and mortar. You're grinding the disc as you move with weight. You need to always stay braced. Braced, finished in a braced position, finished in the glutes, okay? That's the #1 key priority for anyone who is hyperextensive. Learning how to finish, keeping that taut, and learning how to finish in the hips, not from the lower back, not unlocking into that sort of, that fat belly. All right, back down. Watch the chin, see that? That's the result of stiffness. It could be hamstrings, it could be thoracic. Normally this is the result of having a tight thoracic spine, back and shoulder position. But where you want to be is neutral, neutral. So one straight line from here, not locally extended. That's where you put a lot of pressures on the disc through here, especially C2, C3 area. The two vertebrae down here, they have a lot of nerves that come out through here that control the shoulder and the scapula. If you're breaking this position, we know that shuts your capability down to create maximum force and power out. So what it's going to do is it's going to loosen his capability to create necessary shoulder tension. And that's an absolute no for anyone who wants to deadlift, heavy weight. And the last tip that I can supply you guys with is to always build tension on the bar. So you need to take slack out of your own body. So no slack in your body, no slack, stiff as you can, then take the slack out of the bar. All right, so what I mean by this is you don't want to yank the bar. You don't want to yank, you want to, down here, set, pull the bar slightly, take about 50%, and then drive, yeah? So take the chink out of the bar. So I want you to drive, lift up slowly, don't lift it, but just pull slowly, pull more tension, and drive from there. Bang. And that's it, that's how you, that's all our cues for deadlifting, and that's how I personally cue people from the start as well. From here, what I go into is I go into a ton of mobility with them. Loosening up his joints, loosening up stiffnesses, trying to get better movement range with the thoracic. So we always start spine first, work our way out, joints first, then muscle tissues. The second thing I'd focus on here would be hip capsule stiffness. So getting really tight, being able to get more mobility, giving him more ability to sit between his legs. And then after that, just working on it, never going that heavy that he breaks his form. So never can promise form for depth, and never can promise form for weight either. Okay? Alright, so cool, done. That's Lee. And that's that. I hope you guys learned and enjoyed. Send me some questions or anything, and I'll be happy to answer it. See you next time.